Welcome back, my enlightened ones. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kat 4 Winds, in case you're new here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, trying to get my craziness out there. So how is everybody tonight? We have Natalie. Hi, Natalie. Sent your book out today. And Adam sent your book out today. So that is on its way to you guys. I did yours differently than I did everybody else's. I did include their certificate. It's all filled out. The last class will be June 8th. The next class is May 11th, so just so you know that. And then the 25th. The reason why I wanted to take a month off is because the first ignitions and when I first light that fire in you guys, you don't realize it, but it's doing an awful lot of work on you. And if you haven't had any crazy dreams, I know you have. Synchronicities. Here, I'll give you a synchronicity. I was telling Shane the other day, I need to get vitamins. I ordered 5 books from my Reiki place, the International Center of Reiki Training, and ironically, they sent me a free bottle of vitamins. So I got Reiki vitamins here, so I'm giving those a go and see how those work out. So that was kind of weird to put that out to the universe, and here it came. So I know Adam's had some funky dreams, and I know Jasmine's had some funky dreams. She's not here yet. So Natalie, you're going to have a lot of emotions, and that's why on that last Reiki class, I actually linked in the description below, if you go back to the class, ascension sicknesses. And one of the things that you actually get will be emotion coming out of nowhere. You got to understand your shadow self is coming to the surface now to be healed. And this isn't just this one lifetime, it's other lifetimes coming forward because you've never probably healed yourself before. So there's a lot of emotion. So if you have moments of being sad or depressed, just know, ground and center yourselves, lots of water. It's the best thing you can do. Absolutely best thing you can do. So we're going to have a crazy night tonight. I am actually going to take you on a journey with Charon. His name's Charon, but I did an automatic writing with him, and I did it blindly. And what I mean by doing it blindly is that I didn't study him first. And I did the automatic writing first, and then I went and studied him. And the funny thing is he calls himself Charon. So I am going to refer to him as Charon. As I said, I go by my automatic writings first and what I get from them. So Charon, we are going to go on a trip with him, and we're going to go down to Hades, and we're going to go around to the underworld, and we're going to decide where these lost souls go. So we're actually going to take you on a trip down there tonight. But a few things. We have to talk about River Styx first and who she is. Now, remember, I'm asking you right now to go in your mind and think anything is possible. Anything is possible, okay? Don't think with a human mind. I need you to think with that spiritual mind, okay? So I'm going to be sharing beings with you tonight that, remember I said that even though something like the darkness and psyche and all these things, we know them as like a physical thing, but they're also beings. There's consciousness to them. There's consciousness to the darkness. There's consciousness to everything. So River Styx is actually a deity. Yes, River Styx. And we're going to discuss her in a second. So I just want to make sure I said hi to everybody in here. So Whispers in the Darkness, Natalie and Adam. So your books are on your way to you. And Sara, and I believe Shane is in here. And anybody else that I can't see because I'm working through StreamYard, so I can't see if you're actually not logged into YouTube. So thank you all for being here with me tonight. Another fun thing is, besides the automatic writing, and I think I'm going to read this first to you guys, and the reason why I want to do this is I don't want to give you any insight on Charon yet, and I want to read this first to you. It's like 2.5 pages long, but I have to show you, I've always wanted to create them. And you guys gave me a reason to create them. Like I said, you guys make me shine. So this is my bone casting collection that is actually in here. I made a bone casting mat to throw them on, but this is actually the bones in here. They're kind of hard to see, but I'll be putting you guys down so you can actually take a look-see-loo later. Do pay attention to things. They have been flying around my room again, so That must be known. So anyway, I'm going to jump over to my banners. Okay, and let's see what we have for you here. Okay, so Charon, the ferryman, time to pay the toll. Yes. You've heard the old superstitions in the olden days that when somebody died, they would lay coins upon their eyes. These coins are to pay the ferryman. So your soul can go safely and get guided across from the physical gross realm that we live in to cross over into the spiritual realm, the underworld, where all these things reside. So that's kind of crazy. So I'm going to jump back over to chat. People are talking. Crazy dreams, yes. Court of Madness, welcome, my dear child. Good to have you with us. So happy to have you. So, any crazy dreams? Synchronicity? All right. So again, May 11th is the next class, and then the 25th on May will be the next class, and then the very last class will be June 8th. And the certificates I have sent out today to a couple of you have been dated with June 8th, so you don't have to do any certificates. They are good to go. The only thing is once you get your certificate, okay, you're able to practice Reiki. You can actually make cards for yourselves and start doing it out of your home or whatever you want to do. Okay, you don't have to register. The only reason why you register is if you're actually going to teach Reiki and to sell books, because this gives you the option to go in and buy the books and purchase them from William Rand himself on the Holy Fire Reiki. So anyway, so what I was going to say, so you have to 6 months, you have to be a Reiki master before you can actually register. So 6 months from June 8th. So December 8th, I guess. So December, you wouldn't be able to register anyway. So I just wanted to give you a little heads up on that. Okay. All right. So let's get going here, shall we? So we're going to talk about River Styx first. Yes. That's Charon there in the front of the boat with all his lovely naked souls that he's bringing somewhere. All right, Greek mythology, Styx is a river that forms the boundary between Earth, Mother Gaia, and the underworld. Since the beginning of time, ancient cultures were fascinated by death and the dearly departed, from seances to Ouija boards and the dark arts of necromancy. So the river Styx is the boundary that separates the land of the living and the dead. Here, let me show you. Okay, so Charon's there in the middle, and you can see him there, and River Styx comes off in front of him, okay? So you can see the map of the underworld. So he actually, that divides up the mortal ground to the immortal ground, which we'll get more into in a moment, all right? So the River Styx is a boundary that separates the land of the living from the dead. River Styx of the underworld played an important role in Greek mythology. Yes, we're back to the Greeks again. In Greek mythology, Styx was a Titan goddess and daughter of the Titan Oceanus. Oceanus was the male, and Theseus. Okay, where are you? I have to find her. Hang on. I moved them all around earlier, so here she is. The Greek goddess Styx was part of the family of the Titans. Her parents were Oceanus and Theseus, 2 of the original 12 Titans, who were the children of Uranus and Mother Gaia. Yes. Let's go over here, shall we, and take a look here. Okay. Oceanus actually is one of Mother Gaia's children. And if you go down to the right, all the way to the right, the Oceanides, remember there was like 3,000. The parents had to get divorced because they kept having children. Okay, well, these are some of their children here. These are the ones that actually made names for themselves. If you notice all the way to the right there, Styx is at the top of the charts. So an interesting fact that I found out about Charon, I work a lot with Hecate. Just basically every night I go down and do my thing because I'm trying to heal souls and raise things up from the underworld. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I'm doing. And so anyway, Hecate is Charon's sister. Yes, I just found that out this week. So this has been really enlightening for Kat. So I'm going to jump back over to comments real quick. Court of Madness, Adam. I got a very clear ringing yesterday in my left. I'm not sure whether it matters. Yes. When angelics come in and Metatron actually drops codes into what's called your casal chakra, and it's about 7 inches above your head into the back. Okay, and he's always dumping codes in there. That's a tinnitus. That's that ringing that you hear in your ears constantly. Okay, and when angelics or something is near you, that ringing will intensify. That's how I know that angelics are kind of coming into the room. So that's kind of interesting. So that's good. That's all signs of ascension. You're going up. Good job. Okay. All right. So being an Oceanid, of one of the sisters, Styx family, she was the goddess of River Styx and the wife to Titan Pallas, with whom she had 4 children: Zalus, Nike, you've heard of Nike, in fact the shoe Nike comes from. Okay, Kratos and Baia. Okay, so if we look here, this is the family tree here, okay? So from chaos, which is the first, that's the Big Bang, that's that darkness that comes into play, and then remember, Eros came off of that and all these other beings. Nyx is one of these characters that came off of here, okay? Off the family tree, and if you look straight across all the way to the right, who do we see? We see Charon, the ferryman. He is one of her children. Here is Nyx, the goddess of the night. Okay, so if we go back up here, so we start with chaos, the beginning of time. Then we go down to Tartarus was created, okay? These are primordial beings. These means these beings were not created from a physical body as we were, okay? So Tartarus is not just the place, the bowels of hell. It is actually a conscious being. Then we have Mother Gaia, as she is a conscious being to Tara, which is the world, our earth. They call it Tara, and you're going to hear that tonight in the automatic writings and so forth. Eros, as I said, that is the god of love. That was our first Cupid, okay? And then we have Erebus, and then we have Nyx. And then from Nyx comes Ether and Humira, and then it goes down further into the Oceanids, and there's the ferryman there. So that is your lineage, okay? There are 3 main regions in the universe: the heavens, where the gods and goddesses live, Mount Olympus, okay? The other world, including earth and sea, where the human, monsters, and all living things resides. Demons too. All right, and the underworld, where the souls of the dead were contained. And what they mean by contained, when these beings were not that wonderful bright light that they should have been in this lifetime, they don't know what to do with the souls, because their frequency, okay, again, isn't them being condemned, it's their frequency is not high enough to cross up to the higher realms of the gods, Valhalla, whatever you want to call it, all right, Summerlands, I don't care what you want to call it, heaven, okay? You can't cross over until your soul's been healed, okay? And that's why I'm working down below. I'm trying to heal these beings, okay? And so they have to contain them and hold them. The real bad ones go to where? This is where they go. They go to the bowels of hell. This is Tartarus. This is the consciousness of Tartarus right here. He doesn't look so nice. So anyway, so the real baddies, in fact, Kronos, the father of Zeus that ate his children, is supposedly the Olympians tied him into the bowels of Tartarus. So anyway, working on all. So anyway, the underworld was the realm of Hades and the goddess Hel. Remember Hel? H-E-L, not H-E-L-L. That's the place where she lives. Okay, it's named after her, but she's actually a Nordic goddess. Okay, that's actually Loki's daughter. That's Hel. Okay. Norse mythology, where Hel is named after Hades, being god of the dead, was sometimes referred to as god of the underworld. The river Styx, also called River Hades, was one of the 5 rivers in the underworld that separated the realm from the living and the dead. The river Styx was the main underworld river that the other 4 rivers connected to. Okay, now they're going to talk about the fields of asphodel. Let's see here. The fields of asphodel. Is this them? Nope. That's the other one. Sorry, my bad. Okay, where'd my field go? It's up here. I moved them all around and messed me all up. Here we are. Okay, so the field of asphodel meadows is most probably where the souls of people who lived mediocre lives remain. Its relationship to other places in Greek afterlife remains uncertain. So it's not a limbo. This is actually a place where they continue on and decide what they want to do in their next life, maybe. Take a break, go on vacation, who knows? So anyway, so that is the field. The area where the ordinary dead reside was across the river. What is River Styx? Okay, so back to River Styx here. So you can see her down there at the bottom. The Elysian fields we'll talk about in a moment. This is the place of the gods. This is where this would be considered Valhalla in Norse mythology. Okay, so River Styx, this is interesting. The deities of the Greek pantheon swore all their oaths upon the river Styx because according to Greek mythology, during the Titanomachy, I can never say that word, that's the 10-year battle between the original Titans and the Olympians that are going to take over Styx, the goddess of the river. She sided with Zeus after the war. Zeus declared that every oath must be sworn upon her. So whenever there's conflict or anything and they're trying to make peace, they will go down and swear an oath on this river. And if you do not abide by that oath, you will go down to the bowels of hell. Dun dun dun! Right here. Bye bye. See you later. So, truth in your words, in your honor, is everything to the gods. And it sounds so self-righteous, but I try to live by that. I really do. When I tell people I'm going to do stuff, I treat you guys the way I would treat them. I have respect for you, and I make sure that I follow through with the things I'm going to do. Going over the comments. All right, Sara, Synister monkeys going on there. Welcome, Penny. Great to see you. Great to have you. And Shane's there. There he is. Hello, Shane. Okay, so Charon in Greek mythology acts as the ferryman of the dead. Charon, here we are. Charon. Greek mythology was the ferryman of Hades. An enigmatic, character. Charon, I'm calling him Charon, sorry, is present in many stories involving Greek gods. Contrary to popular belief, Charon is not considered to be a god. Instead, he's an underworld deity under the services of King Hades. Excuse me. Wow, I gotta tickle my throat. Wow, it's all that fairy dust. Okay, so Charon in Greek mythology, he has other names too as well. He's a psychopump. You guys are psychopumps. I'm going to tell you what you are. A psychopump is a person that guides lost souls to their destination. We are all doing it. You may not be aware that you're doing it because you're doing it in your sleep. You're actually astral projecting. You're learning lessons. You're working with the same beings I am. You're just not aware of it yet. I'm just trying to broaden the horizons a little bit and let you know it is working. It is happening. So anyway, so you are a psychopump. Psychopumps, meaning guide to the dead. The ferryman of Hades, the Greek underworld, and is the son of Erebus and Nyx. He carries the souls of those who have been given funeral rites across the rivers in Charon, 2 Styx, which separate the worlds of the living and the dead. I was told by him, okay, that you do not have to pay if you have a decent burial or crematorium, cremation, that's the word. Okay, so apparently you don't have to pay. These are souls that are lost and just lingering, that are in limbo. They actually walk around on the shoreline. In fact, I believe there's they have to stay there for 100 years before they can be considered again to go across, possibly on the boat with Acheron. Okay, the River Styx was the main river to the underworld, but it was also embodied of Styx, the goddess, as I said. Here she is. Here she is. Beautiful Styx, yes. All right. Who sided with Zeus during the Battle of the Titans. Because of the goddess's loyalty, the river Styx became an important feature of life of deities and gods and goddesses. They would swear oaths. Okay, Edith Hamilton, she died in 1963. She was a scholar and an international author. She wrote that Styx, the river of the unbreakable oath by which gods swear all by. So don't swear on that river. Here's another story too that's interesting. We're going to get into this one too. You've heard about Achilles' heel. Guess where this is going. All right, Acheron in Greek mythology acts as the ferryman of the dead. Hermes, the messenger of the gods, brings to him the souls of the deceased in the ferries and ferries them across the river Acheron. And he tells me to call him Acheron, and there is actually a river called Acheron, so I'm beginning to think it's named after him. I couldn't find any notes on it on the internet, so I'm just going to run with that. Forgive me if I'm wrong. All right, so he carries these bodies down to hell. Only the dead who are properly buried or burned who pay the obelisk silver coin. Where's my obelisk? Here they are. So these are the silver coins that would be placed upon the eyes of the dead to give to Acheron to cross the river Styx to go from the mortal side to the immortal side. Okay. For their passage of accepted on the boat, which is why in ancient Greek burial rites, a corpse always had an obelisk placed under his tongue. Originally, it was under the tongue because they would put a towel or something to keep the jaw shut. Rigor mortis would set in and the money can't be taken out unless you actually break the jaw. So that's kind of interesting. But they used to put it under the tongue of the corpse and hold that jaw up. So that's interesting. A rather somber and severe character, Acheron does not hesitate to throw out of his boat without pity the souls whose bodies received improper burial or cremation. The Styx is only one of the 5 rivers in the underworld. Something just floated by. Okay, let's see here. I had another map. Where'd it go? I have all of these maps, and sorry guys, it's like 30 of them here. Okay. Oh, so now you've heard me say that I work with Hecate. So there's one over here. I don't remember the ferryman. I don't ever remember meeting him. In fact, in my automatic writing that I'm going to read to you, I'm asking the question and he answers it. Have we met before? Yes, we have met many times. I don't remember that because that's that veil of amnesia they drop. Maybe I was seeing scary crap in my psyche, they just drop that veil of amnesia so you don't go blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so that's quite interesting. So Hecate brings these souls down to Acheron to take over River Styx. The Styx is only one of the 5 rivers in the underworld that separate Hades from the world of the living. These 5 rivers of hell are Acheron, the river of woe. So the river named after Acheron is the river of woe. Then we have the Coctis. This is the river of lamentation. Oh my God! Lamentation. There we go. Grief, sorrow, and weeping. That's what that word stands for. Then we have the Phlegathon. Oh, good God. The river of fire. Yes, I have that here for you too. Here's my river of fire. I moved him around again. There's my river of fire. Okay, let's see here. And then we have the left, the river of forgetfulness. This is where souls get lost. They don't remember who they are. Some of them don't even realize they're dead. This is why they're still in a state of pain. This is why they need to be healed, is because they haven't crossed over. They haven't got that beautiful light in them. So they still think that they're in their death state because they have not crossed over. So that's kind of crazy. And finally, River Styx. The word Styx comes from the Greek word meaning stugin, which means hateful or hate, and expresses the horror of death. In the 8th century BCE, Greek poet Hesiod considered Styx to be the daughter of Oceanus and the mother of immolation, victory, power, and might. Again, remember, victory, these are beings here. They're not just words, okay? Power as well, that's the consciousness, and might. More recently, Styx had been identified with a stream called, oh good God, another word, Lavaronary. Wow, Lavaronary. There we go. Greek for black water. In Arcadia, Greece, ancient beliefs held that Styx water was poisonous. According to legend, listen to this, Alexander the Great, 356 and 3 to 323 BCE, king of Macedonia and conqueror of much of Asia, was poisoned by the Styx water. River Styx, the ferryman. Let's go back to our ferryman. Where'd you go, ferryman? Okay, Acheron. Acheron is described in verses 762 to 777 as an old clad of foul garb, with haggard cheeks and an unkempt beard, a fierce ferryman who guides his craft with a long pole. When the boatman tells Hercules to halt, the Greek hero uses his strength to gain passage, overpowering Acheron with the boatman's own pole. So that's interesting. Still got that tickle. I'm gonna jump over to comments and say hi. Everybody doing okay? Darth Vader's castle, right? I know, isn't that crazy? So we're going to take you on a walk down here, guys. So hang on 1 second. The ferryman and the boatman who took the dead across the river is perhaps the best known figure in the underworld. Acheron was the son of Nyx, as I said. Father of Acheron was Erebus, god of the darkness, consciousness, darkness. Do you ever notice when you're in the dark, I know you feel spirits in the dark, but you can actually feel the void. And they're going to talk about the void tonight in my automatic writing, and it's really crazy, that void of darkness. All right, underworld has to take dead across the rivers to whatever area of the underworld that they were supposed to go. Tartarus for the bad. Here's Tartarus. Okay. Then we have the Elysian Fields for the good. Okay, Morningfield, only mortals related to gods and other heroes can be admitted past the river Styx. Later, the conception of who could enter was expanded to include those chosen by the gods, the righteous and the heroic. They would remain at the Elysian Fields after death to live a blessed and happy afterlife and indulge in whatever enjoyment they had enjoyed in real life. So you think it, you manifest it. It's instantaneous. There's no waiting there. Okay. Charon was usually depicted as a human-like man, but sometimes was depicted as a demon or monster. I have some here somewhere. I do. Yes. There's kind of a demon, kind of creepy looking dude there. To ensure Acheron would actually convey the dead across the river, people would bury their dead with Charon's symbol. I didn't put his symbol up, but take this down. It's kind of shaped like this, and then it has a line coming down from it. That's Acheron's symbol. So they would actually bury him with that symbol on them somewhere. Okay. Let's see here. Over here. Ew. Go. Acheron's coin buried with the dead as a payment to Acheron for his ferrying services. In earlier ancient Greek culture, the ball The obelisk was placed under the tongue, as I said. Later on, the two coins were placed on the eyes of the dead. Many Greeks thought that the dead were not buried with payment. Their souls would not be ferried to the other side of the river Styx. Acheron's river duties were often done with Hermes, the messenger god, as well as Hecate. Yes, our beautiful goddess, Hecate. Okay, so Hecate, keeper of the crossroads and magic, accompanying him to help the dead to find their destinations. Acheron frequently interacted with heroes from Greek mythology, like Hercules, Odysseus, okay, and Orpheus, wow, to help with their quest to the underworld while ferrying the dead across the river, to help with their quest to the underworld. All right, and another figure guarding the underworld. We have talked of him before. Where'd he go? He's hiding here somewhere. Here he is. Yes, Cerberus, the three-headed dog demon. He would ensure that no one entered or left the underworld without Acheron. Okay, so that's quite interesting. The river Styx played such an important role in Greek mythology that it appeared in not only classical Greek literature, but also later Roman literature, Italian literature, and other important literary works. So that's quite interesting there. Okay, so I discussed the coins. Alright. The Acheron stands who rules the dreary coast, a sordid god down from his hairy chin. A length of beard descends, uncombed, unclean, his eyes like hollow furnaces of fire. A girdle foul with grease binds his obscene attire. One of the most recognizable figures, yes. His duty was to guide lost souls over the river Styx down to Hades. So let's go take a ride, shall we, guys? Here we go. Okay, so here we are. It's River Styx, okay? And we are actually looking for lost souls. And he sees us. He's coming to pick us up. But we cannot get on the boat unless we pay the toll, of course. It is said that Acheron was given the golden bow. The golden bow gave him magical powers to control lost souls. So that's kind of interesting. So we're going now down to the underworld. So Oceanus, okay, if you see the big area off to the left there, Oceanus, again, there's consciousness to these beings, was the father of River Styx. Now, see, Styx is coming off there, okay? So that is his daughter, River Styx, okay? And now here we are going now, here we are in the boat, right there at the bottom. We are getting closer and closer to the gates of who? Hades. Hades, lord of the underworld, host of the dead, stern holder of the boundary between death and life. Cold flesh becomes spirit. Bright eyes glint from shadows. Lovers long parted unite. Families join once more. Kind one, fierce one. All this you see and welcome, all this you encompass, light in dark, love in death, Hades unseen, Lord of all who have lived and died, I pray to you, Master of dreams, giver of wealth, receiver of those most dear to us, lost to us, treasures all within your realm, great Hades, guardian of all who pass to your kingdom, gracious God, to whom we all will go, I praise you. Now, you may think I'm praising a demon. I am not, okay? This is a Greek god, okay? You have to understand and see the neutrality in this. They all have jobs, just as we all have jobs here. They're all doing their jobs, and they're holding the souls. You heard in I've linked it below in the description. I have a 6-minute clip that we actually talked with the Titans, Prometheus. We talked with, they were talking about how they're still here and they're balancing the energies of the earth. And they also mentioned too that, that they must raise them all. And this is what I'm being asked to do, is to put light down there. Nothing bad's going to come and attack you for doing it. Just put your intent down there into the earth, into Mother Gaia, into the middle of the earth. That's where it all is. Okay. And just focus putting love and light in there. And it's getting felt, and it's healing, and it's wonderful. Hades, in the ancient Greek religion and myth, is the god of the dead and the king of the underworld, with which his name became synonymous. Hades was the eldest son of Kronos and Rhea, although this also made him the last son to be regurgitated by his father. And that's not true. Zeus was never regurgitated by his father. He made his father regurgitate all his other siblings, so that's not true. Yeah, there we go. Rescued by Zeus. There, I fixed it at the end, so sorry about that. My bad. Okay, so now we are going and we're entering the gates. Cerberus is coming to meet us, and he's going to walk us down to these lovely dudes. The soul then appears before a panel of 3 judges. Here we go. Here's these lovely names. Rhadamanthus, Minos, and Icus, who reviewed the soul's past life. One has forethought, one has afterthought, and one has present thought. They all work together in deciding where your soul's going to go. So you better be smiling. Be a happy child. So they're going to decide, are we going to send them here? Should they go here? Okay. Should we send them to the Lake of Fire? Should they go here? There's actually souls that's actually in that Lake of Fire that do burn. I've been told this, so that's kind of interesting there. And jeez, I got so dry. I was outside most of the day today. So, again, the deities of the Greek pantheon swore all their oaths upon River Styx. Okay. So, I'm not going to bore you anymore with this. I'm going to go into the automatic writings, if that's cool with you guys. Is that cool? I'm jumping over to comments real quick. He picked up a litter around town thinking I was being creative and making an offering to Darius himself. Didn't realize I was accidentally making an offering to Mother Gaia. It is. It's a dry cough. I've been outside most of the day. Excuse me. And I have my windows open right now, so I got pollen flying. I got asthma, so it kind of kicks it up a little. Don't feel sorry for me. I'm good. Jasmine, my modest, is here. Hello, my lovely doll. How are you, my sweetness? Okay. So, I do have an automatic writing I want to share with you. Are you guys good with that? Do you want me to read it? Again, have that beautiful open mind, and I ask you to have. You can assume that I make these up. That's fine. I really don't care. It's my job to share their stories, and this is the story that Charon shared with me. So, let's go. It's a little dark, but here we go. Yes, my dear child of the cosmos, I am here with you now. I am so fascinated with all your teachings of the Titans in the Greek mythology. Thank you for keeping our stories alive and for holding us so deeply in your beloved heart of miraculous lights you carry. We are so honored and proud, dear one. Yes, I am Charon. See, he calls himself Charon. Keeper of River Styx. Keeper of River Styx. Alongside mighty goddess Styx. I asked the question right here because it's going to say no. I said because River Styx means hatred and sorrow, and I wanted to know if that's what she's about. And he explained to me she's neutral. She's actually there to maintain the water in the river. And the sad thing is that the sorrows from people and these souls crying continuously feeds the rivers. That's why it's known as the river of sorrows and the river of weeping, is because these souls continuously feed with their tears these rivers. It's crazy. All right. No, she She does not come from a place of fear and hate. She is from a place of love, as Zeus and Eros are, all created from chaos. River Styx helps to maintain and keep the chaos of hatred and sorrows balanced in between these realms of darkness. She is honored by you as well, because I told him I was honored. She's honored by you as well, Catherine. She thanks you. You have many gifts for healing these lost souls who wander aimlessly in the darkness, lost in the void. That's that void. Lost in between space and time. The human mind can't comprehend that. Lost between space and time. That's crazy. All right. The void, lost in between space and time. This great void holds many. Their sorrows and tears continue to feed these rivers, ever growing, ever expanding the banks of consciousness. We ask you to continue sending your love and light to heal these dark souls who suffer so of ailments and pains of the physical body and the nightmares of the psyche and of Psyche's powers. Psyche is a Greek goddess. We have not discussed her yet, okay? She creates nightmares. She teaches you in your nightmares, but she creates nightmares and she creates fear. So that's what feeds her. Keeping them locked in the powers of fear. They have forgotten who they are and have lost their way in the vast darkness, forgetting they all came from a world of love. These lower vibrational beings hinder Mother Gaia, making it harder for her ascension process. So just like demons and negative cords that are connected to us, it hinders our process and our ascension because they keep us locked in the lower vibrations. That's why I have you guys cut cords all the time. It's the same thing for Mother Gaia. As above, so below, right? Your thoughts and your intentions have power and the ability to heal these frail souls, removing them from the bonds that bind them here. Your love and light removes the cloaking. Remember, we talked about the cloaking. Hecate said that when we do sins, it's like putting a cloak, another cloak on your soul. So that's what they're talking about, the cloaking. In the darkness of the burdens of sin, you are healing them now, guiding them back to Prime Creator. Teach others your gifts so that they may join in helping to bring forth the new earth, Terra, there's Tyra. Raise them all up from the depths of hell, from the bowels of Tartarus, forgiving them and guiding them, no judgment, healing and releasing these lost beings back to Prime Creator. Humanity has the ability and the powers of the collective consciousness to come together as one and release all these, but their fears and their beliefs of the darkness and the unknown keeps them locked in their egocentric closed-mindedness, leaving some who refuse to ever believe in immortality and the continuation of the soul after death. Okay. These beliefs and fears hinders lost souls from continuing on their evolutional journey for their soul. Oppression and fears binds one's soul, while parasites continue to feed off of these negative emotions. By pushing love and light and forgiveness in, you break these bondages and the chains that bind them down into these lower vibrational regions of the underworld. Yes, Catherine, we have had, okay, this is where I asked him, have we met before? I couldn't remember. So yes, Catherine, we have met many times. We have shared a tale or two. Yes. The veil of amnesia blocks things in the human psyche that the mind may not comprehend or interpret correctly in the psyche's mind of humanity. It is through meditations in the expansionness of the spiritual mind that brings on the understanding and the grander scale of seeing things more defined in the master plan of it all. That's that master plan they always talk about. The truth shall be known. This is freedom you feel, Kharon, deep in your heart. This is love, peace, and tranquility you feel in every fiber of your being. You once feared all too, Kharon, as you learned your gifts in wielding your powers, and now you wish to share your gifts with others of like minds and hearts. We are all so blessed to have you part of our Federation of Light. They call themselves the Federation of Light, not just the Sisters of Light or the brothers and sisters. You not only speak the words of Prime Creator, but it is felt worlds upon worlds. Worlds upon worlds. Pure unconditional love. Thank you, dear child of the cosmos, and we shall see you very soon. And then I asked him, what? Am I dying soon? No, with Hecate, dear one. And I actually heard him laugh, so that's kind of funny. So anyway, and he signed it, Charon. But you can actually see the date on here. I didn't show you guys the date. I'm sorry, my bad. So, April 4th. So that's that. Okay. So again, you don't have to believe what that had to say, but to me, it just, I keep getting more and more pieces of the grand puzzle, and I'm kind of putting together in my head. And I used to fear Hades, and I used to fear demons, and I used to fear all these things, and I realized all this for a reason, all this for a purpose, and you can transmute, you can be that alchemist through intent. There's that word again. But you can actually transform and change people and change beings. So, bone casting. Haha. Okay, here's my bone casting. This is my cheat sheet. I actually made it. So I'm going to pull the camera down, and I'm going to pull over my box, and I'm going to go through the bones in my box, and I'll tell you where I get the bones from. And then you'll really think I'm a creepy person. Okay. So, gotta move my cheat sheet out of the way. Bring over my bones. Here's my bones. Okay. So, this is just you can see all my crystal babies over there. Here's all my babies. Okay. Alright. If I could get this to a lot more. I screwed it up. I did it. Oh, I almost had it. Okay, this is my beautiful box that I made. As I said, I like to make boxes. I'm gonna have to put something underneath there, I think. Why won't this work? Okay. Maybe if I put you over here. That's not gonna work either. Nabbit. Anyways, this is why I need you. Oh, technical death. Talk amongst yourselves. Alright, I think I got it. Okay. Turn my box around. I'm gonna move my mouse out of the way. With my mouse pad. Okay. So, here we are. Okay, so this is all wood burnt. That's pretty cool. Oops, put the box backwards. All right, so you definitely, if you want to consider making one of these casting bone sets, you definitely want to make a soft cloth for to lay the bones upon, and that's what that is. So the first bone here, you want to have a bone for the self. Okay, this is move that over here. You know, I got too much stuff going on here. So this bone actually represents the self here, okay? So this is actually man. This is the rune man here. That's what that stands for, okay? And this over here is victory. So I'm trying to put positive energy into this. The other thing too is when I do my bones too, you want to bless them. You want to burn sage in the box and close the box and let that beautiful energy get into the bones and stuff. The other thing too is I found this in the woods near my house. And the teeth were all loose on it, okay? They were extremely loose. In fact, I lost one of the teeth, and I figured, oh, it just wants to become part of my bone collection. So that's his tooth right there. I'll hold it differently. So that's actually the tooth there that actually fell out. It actually goes right in here. So anyway, I found this in the woods, hiking with my grandchildren and my youngest daughter, Hannah. So anyway, so this bone represents the self. So we're going to move that one out of the way. And then we have these bones here. Now these bones, you're going to really think I'm morbid. My daughter had a cat. I honor everything. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. My daughter Hannah had a cat, and her name was Banshee, and a neighbor ran her over. And we actually buried her. Well, not buried her, but her father threw him in one of those plastic cases and left it there. And before I knew about it anyway, so I kind of left it there. And so we went out, and yes, these are the bones we actually got from there. I did bury the skull is not here of the cat because I did bury and honor it and everything else. So anyway, but I'm also honoring the cat too, Banshee. I actually was the one that helped birth that cat into the world, Banshee. So these are the bones, and we'll go over what each meaning is on those two afterwards. This is actually the hip bone and into the pelvis area. So the bone would go, I guess, like this. So anyway, so that is actually the hip bone there, and it does have meanings and so forth on it here. I like using the runes because it's easy to use a cheat sheet. So anyway, this is actually, I found this in the woods, and of course this is a vertebrae. And this vertebrae represents, this is the good side here, this is opening psychic passages and so forth, okay? But there's a dark side to it, which means this can mean something that there's dark influences, what there's dark influence. I'm not saying demonic, I'm just saying there's dark influences around you. This could also mean too that you need to do shadow work on yourself and so forth. So that's what that one actually represents. You can actually put other things in there with the bones. To me, this is jade. Jade is great, and it's got the heart on it. Again, I'm all about love, so anything with the heart on it. This, if depending where the bones fall around this is good luck, and it will tell you that a wish is coming true. The key, depending on where the key falls in, when we actually toss them, we're not going to toss them in the box. I'm going to put them on my desk in a minute. But the key itself, you had no idea. My bones were at Graham's house in my shaman cabinet, Sarah. Yeah, you know me. So the key represents, of course, opening doors and maybe opening psychic passages, opening up new job opportunities, so forth. So that's what those two things represent. Okay, and again, the tooth. This kind of represents the yin and the yang. See, I got white here and then I got the black here. This kind of represents the self. So the light side with the E on it, that's enlightenment. And the S stands for shadow work, to do shadow work. So that's that yin and the yang going on there. Then we have another jawbone here. You see all the teeth. So the best way to do these, like to keep the teeth in, I Mod Podge everything because the Mod Podge sets everything. The teeth can't come loose now because I'm going to be tossing them, and I don't want the teeth falling out, and I don't want the bones breaking. And then when you're done doing that with the Mod Podge, after it dries, put a couple coats of polyurethane clear coat on it. That's what gives it that shine. So that's really cool. So this side represents, again, enlightenment, vacation, good things coming your way. And again, this side represents the being stagnant in your life and so forth. Okay, so now we have another vertebrae. Okay, this, it has the rune in it for growth in here. So this is psychic openings here. And then on the other side over here, this is enlightenment, spiritual, working with your ascended masters and so forth, depending on where it falls in the bone cast when we throw it. If it's far away from the self bone, okay, that tells me that you need to work more on your spiritual enlightenment, okay? So that's what that represents. And then the final one, and I'll get my box out of here. So of course the heart represents love here. On the opposite side, the heart is actually broken. in half. So this represents relationships. That's what these X's stand for, relationships, broken, the power of relationship. And the 3 over here, this is of course the Trinity. This is flow, that things are going the way you want them to go. And over here again, this is representation of the Trinity, but there's more meaning to it. It's in my book. I gotta look. So let me move this out of my way here. So have you guys ever experienced bone casting before or done it yourselves? I'm quite curious to know. Quite curious. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here is we're going to move all the bones very nicely. So you want to put the self bone in the middle, okay? And then the rest, we're just going to pick up, and depending on how I drop them and where they fall, is how we're going to read them. So, who wants to go first? You can have my bones, Cat. Oh, nice. Court of Madness. That's cool. So you have experience with this. I actually waited for you guys to do this. I haven't been practicing. I did toss them a couple of times, but I have, definitely, this is all. Wanted to wait for you. All right, Sara, perfect. Sarah's perfect. My first little guinea pig. I got my key. Put a thought into the bones, my sweetness. First, what I want you to do, though, I'm going to turn this around, Sara. Connect with this. Connect with the self here. So this is representing you, okay? Be gentle. Okay. So you tell me when you're ready there, girlfriend. I'm going for it. All right. So we got a cluster or something going on over here. All right, so we're going to read this bone first. That's closest, actually. This represents friendship, partners, fortunate, and a wish is coming true, Sara. So whatever you had, your wish is coming true. So that's good. Kind of looks like you, Sara, all jumbled up. Now this one's kind of pointing in an odd direction. This is, again, this is harvest, completion. So again, you have friendship, fortunate, a wish coming true, completion going on here. This bone is blocking out this, which is representation of a wish, but these bones are kind of neutralizing that because they're coming out to be the wish. This bone here itself represents destiny, mystery, secrets, and also means warrior. So that's quite interesting here. Now, Sara, this doesn't surprise me. Do you see what popped up here? You work in the realms of darkness. So this is showing me, this I feel is representing your spiritual museum upstairs. And we have good along with the bad and the ugly. So yes, that's what I'm getting off of that, Sara. So be careful. All right, so we got that going on over here, okay? Now we have the bone. This means balance and movement. So you see the M right here. The M represents movement, the love of movement and balance. So this is saying that you're starting to bring balance into your life. And the sun, see how the sun's facing towards the bone? If it was facing this way, I would read the dark side towards that, but I'm going to read the light side towards this. So this light side to me, this is Adam and Vincent coming for vacation and having a good freaking time. Yay! That's what I see there. Okay, so this funky bone over here. So you have the enlightenment, you have the spiritual side facing towards you, and that doesn't surprise me because you have a lot of spiritual stuff opening up upstairs. You constantly have that flow of spiritual stuff coming in and out, so that doesn't surprise me there. The growth is away from you because the growth part is on this side. So this is just working with a bunch of spirits is what I'm getting off of that. Now, if we look underneath here, we have you on the dark side here, Sarah, okay? So this is your shadow self. This is telling you that you have some shadow self work to do. And it's funny because it actually rolled under the skull. Did you notice that? It rolled under the skull with the key. And I'm getting off of this that this key, doing shadow work, is the key to getting this to turn around to become more spiritually going up in ascension more so because, and the reason why I say this, Sarah, is because you deal with a lot of darkness up there, and this is what I'm getting. You need that balance. You need that balance to come back into play here, which would be really good. So, and this one up here, this top one, this is power and willpower and yourself. So again, it's almost like I got you fighting yourself a little bit, you got to do that shadow work. Watch out for your little demon buddy over here. But you do have wishes coming true, and I do see a vacation for you. And this is talking about balance, about that balance, Sarah. So that's quite interesting. So that's a pretty good reading. I like these bones. I'm going to have to use them more often. Dark side rules. Who's next? Say me. Whoever says me next. Quick. Quick. All right. All right, Adam, connect with the self here. This is you. I think I got all the parts. Now I know why there's ligaments to hold all this shit together. All right, I volunteer as tribute. I'm hoping to find out about my spiritual path. Okay, Court of Madness, I'll do you after, Adam. Okay, honey? Okay, Adam, you ready? You ready to cast the bones? Not unless it's a pet's grave. Here we go, Adam. Put your thought or your question into the bones. Okay. Interesting. This is way over here, away. So that's quite interesting. And the broken heart came up. So that's kind of interesting there. But I'm seeing these bones as a block from that. I'm reading these as in the past, Adam. I'm reading this in the past, and this is what I'm getting off of this because I'm really starting to feel these bones. All right. So this broken heart was from a past relationship is what I'm seeing here. And this is representing the darkness of it, kind of the collapse and burn of it, because these bones are dividing that. Do you see that, Adam? These bones created a wall between the self and here. This is long gone now. So this is just showing the past over here. And it's funny because you have enlightenment and it was resting right up against the bones. So that's you taking the Reiki classes, and that's you doing all your shadow work. What is up with my throat tonight? So anyway, so that's kind of cool there. This bone over here, and I'm going to read it the way it fell. Okay. So the way that one fell is... Okay, so journey and career. So this is like a job or a journey, possibly having to do with like a Reiki practice. It also has to do with freedom and potential. Yeah, like that Fool in the tarot deck card. You can go anywhere, you can do anything, and that's showing you the strength of that. So that's amazing. This bone represents flow here, of course. This represents patience in need here, okay? And here at the bottom, this is destiny and mystery here as well. And then we have, this right here is balance to me. I put that on as balance. And again, so that's kind of cool. Now over here, we have the, I believe it's the, where are you? Okay, so it's partnership. So there's a partnership. Whose skull is it? This skull was found in the woods. I couldn't even find, I was looking at the animal that it possibly belonged to, like a small dog, or it's not raccoon, it's not rabbit, it's not coy dog, it's not, I can't figure out what actually, see this, the tooth goes right back in the socket. Do you see that? Look at that. The tooth just came right out. Doink! Open wide, look inside, and some Play-Doh teeth. Some go here, some go there, some go underneath. My oh my, what can it be? For goodness sakes, a cavity. Okay, moving on. So again, let's put your bone back here. So you have the key here too, which is representing you have new openings coming to you. As far as, I almost feel like a new career. I see like you taking off with this Reiki thing, Adam. I really do. That's really amazing. Again, your wish is coming true, but I'm kind of seeing it a little bit distant out in the future. It's not so close to you that it's, it's not like a month away. Maybe this is like within 6 months. I'm seeing that this wish is coming to be, and again, it has to do with partnerships. You got the career. This is past life mumbo jumbo over here. So we're not even, that's the darkness of the broken heart, or the contrite heart. Okay, so I'm not even going to be concerned with those. So let's do Court of Madness, and then we'll go back and do Vincent. If Vincent wants to. I got my bones. Get out of my pelvis. No, just kidding. Okay, so Court of Madness, you're still here, dear? You want to connect with this self bone here. It's not a fox because the snout wasn't long enough on it, Adam. And my next door neighbor is a fox hunter, and he hangs them up all the time, and I actually see the skulls all the time. But yeah, that's a good guess, though. It really is. It's definitely canine of some sort. Maybe it's some neighbor's dog that hobbled off into the woods, and the coy dogs came and had him for a snack. Who knows? All right, Court of Madness. Here we go. Okay, so again, we have the broken heart here, but I'm taking this has to do with the partnership, but this is blocking it from this. So again, I'm reading this as past life there, so I'm letting that one go. This one here is friendship, partners, fortunate. So that has to do with your partnership. This one is destiny and mystery and secrets, initiation as a warrior. So that's interesting, and it's right up against you there. So this is your practices and learning your craft and what you want to do. Again, I'm getting psychic protection. Do learn, put psychic protection, like I said. Bless all your tools, bless all your elements, put up sacred circles if you're going to do any necromancy that has to do with Ouija boards, seances, anything along that line. Always put up protected barriers, because I got bit in the butt, guys, doing this. I taught myself automatic writing, and I didn't know that 25 years ago when I taught myself automatic writing, I did not know about psychic abilities and all. Oh, I know about psychic abilities, but I didn't know about psychic protection, and because I'm all self-taught and through guides and everything, and this is how I learned. But again, my lesson was to deal with a nasty attachment and to learn how to get it off of me, because I wouldn't be the teacher I am today if I didn't have these bad not say bad, but if I didn't have these lovely oh my God, experiences that I lived through, because no one's going to fight for you harder than I will. It's one thing to read it from a book and, oh, this is what you do. You chant this and you do this and throw salt here and holy water here. It's one thing to read it from a book. When you actually live it and it takes your entire life over, you're very passionate about it, so trust me. So again, watch your psychic abilities there, your psychic protection, definitely. And it's right, it's almost actually touching the skull. So definitely psychic protection. I'm actually posting these little shorts that I've been making about psychic protection and Mother Gaia and so forth and so on. So quite interesting. Just a little fast clips for you guys to just learn a little bit more. So destiny, mystery, secrets, initiation of the warrior. And this falls, and this is enlightenment. So this is the warrior in enlightenment, that you're doing your soul searching right now. You're opening up more spiritually. Over here again, we have that balance. You got the movement, you got the flow going through, so that's good. The only thing is that this is facing towards you. I like to see this side facing towards you, but again, this doesn't mean demonics or anything dark. This just means I feel shadow work again. And your wish is over here, and so your wish to come true, you're talking like maybe about 8 months out, I feel, from that. So that's quite interesting. And the balance, enlightenment. So definitely keep on your path, and hopefully this might have possibly, again, I'm new to these, I'm learning them myself, guys, but I can definitely feel the energy coming off of them the more I hold them and caress them and call them George. Okay, Vincent, my friend, connects to my fox dog wolf head. Okay, Vincent. What's it going to be, my friend? What's it going to be? Is Vincent ready? I'm dropping him. Here we go. Okay, so the broken heart, that's far, far away. So we're not even going to read him. He can sit over here in limbo. Okay. So again, we have this going towards the head. So that's good. This is more opening up more spiritually. That's definitely a calling for you. And see how this landed towards you? This means opening up spiritually. And look how close it is to the head. It's almost like there's a portal to a portal here. Do you see that in the growth? Even though the growth is away, I'm still seeing this. So this is like opening up yourself more spiritually. So that's really good. This represents growth over here. And again, this represents property, heritage, dwellings, mountains to climb. So it's still saying that you got some work to do here. Now this kind of landed funny, and I didn't tell you guys this one, but the 777 written on the top of this. And again, when I see the upright, that's upliftment. That's more spiritual stuff. You're going up in enlightenment. And look, this even landed on the enlightenment side, so that's quite interesting. And then this one over here, partnership is on that one here. Opening and partnership. So, and this is harvest. So something that you've been working on maybe with Adam is going to come to fruition very quickly, because it fell on top of the movement. So these two fell on top of each other. So that's very interesting. So you definitely got that partnership going on with Adam there, and the movement and the flow of it. It's going to get even grander. Hey, who knows? Maybe you plan on adopting a child down the road. Okay, so anyway, so who's next? Bone fragments. Throw them on the floor. Okay, let's try Jasmine. How's that? Jasmine, you want to do a little bone casting, girlfriend? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So again, if you plan on getting bones, you can buy turkey bones online. There isn't anything you cannot buy on Amazon. I prefer these bones. I've had this skull probably for about 20 years. These cat bones I've had for probably about 15 years. And same with the jaw bones. I actually have some bone pieces that were made into, I was actually starting to make a rune set out of them, and then the place I was getting the bone pieces from didn't have any more, and they weren't carrying them anymore, so I never get to finish the rune set. And I meant to add the couple of rune pieces that I did complete to this, which I will add later. Okay, here we go, Jasmine. Okay, so that's good. This is bye-bye, far, far away from you. So you've removed something of an attachment from your life, Jasmine. That's why this is flying way over here. So that's good. But look at this. Your wish is coming true. And look at that. It landed right in your eyeball. So that one's pretty good. You do have the partnership here, and the heart is facing away. If the heart was facing this way, I would take it as a broken relationship or heartbreak in that relationship, but it's facing away from you. So I'm going to read it in reverse. So this is actually the relationship, I'm going to say, with your fiance it seems to be very stable. So that's good. You got the 777 over here too. That's in that enlightenment. Again, movement. This bone can land up the other way too, guys, just so you know that. So movement, flow, you got that going on with you over there. And like I said, your little darky spirits there are far, far away. So again, we have property, heritage, dwellings, mountains to climb. So there's still work there, but this is showing that you're working on the balance in you. So that is really, really good to be doing that. Again, you have the growth going here. So it's actually showing you go up on spiritual. You're really climbing up there. Your hard work's paying off there, Jasmine, is what that's showing to me. And I feel it every time I talk to you anyway. So this one, again, friendship, partnership, fortune. This is very close. And again, this is your wish coming true. So this had to do with partnership and also having to do with your shamanism. And it's showing all the light coming in, Jasmine. That's what I'm seeing here, that this is all coming to play. This one that's far, far, far away. This is freedom, conclusion, consequences, okay? And this stands for journey here, but this was off the table here. So, you know what? I'm just going to, I see a journey, maybe a trip, but I mean, I'm not talking like in 6 months or so. I mean, it's off the table. So usually I wouldn't even read it if it wasn't on the map. Your key is way over here. So again, key is opening doors and so forth. But again, your wish is coming true. I see stability in your partnership going on there. There's a lot of good flow with that, and there's a lot of good growth, and there's your growth there. And your attachment's been taken off of you, so that's kind of cool. All right, Shane. Shanunu, you still here, dear? Okay. Let's give Shane a go, shall we? If anybody else, Penny, are you still in here, dear? We'll do you after, Penny, if you're still here. Just let me know you're still here. I saw human bones. Good God, Sarah. I forgot my key. I don't think I want to add any more bones to this because I don't think I can hold them. All right. Got Natalie, too. Natalie. All right, Shane, let's do you, and then we'll do Natalie. Okay, Shane, I'm doing it. All right. So we have Mr. Demon here, and he's facing right at you here. So we may have to do some Reiki on you. But the funny thing is, look, Shane, it's cornered. See these bones here? They create a wall between it. So, oh my God, you've set up boundaries. Do you see that, Shane? That's awesome. So you're getting really good at setting up boundaries between dark things. So that's really cool there, Shane. And again, this is friendship and partnership here. This is the balance and growth in that. We have the opening up spiritual. I mean, that landed right on top of your face over there. Again, it's still showing me you have some shadow work that you need to be working on. You know, maybe self-doubt. We always doubt ourselves. We're our worst own critic. And I know that's a really hard habit to break. I do it on myself all the time. So anyway, and this one over here was harvest and completion. So it's showing that you're close to coming to a completion. Or remember, there's cycles. We always have spiritual deaths over and over again. That's how we evolve in our physical bodies. And this is showing me that you're coming to an end of another spiritual death. And remember, death is new beginnings. Remember that death does not mean dead. Okay, so that's quite interesting here. And then we have the oh, excuse me. Oh my, I need to take a drink. Hang on a second. All right, so then we have friendship over here. Okay, so this and this is opening the key. I know it was kind of off a little bit, but the key that's opening, maybe getting new friends, finding somebody. I know you're going on another short little trip here. Maybe you're going to meet some new people there, and because it's showing journey over here too, which is interesting. And again, this is kind of behind like the wish, like maybe, you know, like moving, finding a new home or something that's kind of being delayed a little bit. But again, look, you built a good boundary there for yourself, Shane. Natalie, hi, Izzy, welcome. You're in time, Izzy. So Natalie, let's do you there, girlfriend. Let me gather my bones. Okay. Connect with the skull here, Natalie. Okay. Nothing's underneath it. Another reason why you want a pad. Bone fragments are everywhere. So I tried protecting them as much as I could. So. Okay, Natalie, here we go. All right. So you got love way over here. Kind of rolled off the table there, but it landed love side up, so that's good there. So I see good partnership there. And again, there's that movement and the flow of that partnership there. So that's your love life over here hanging. Spiritual growth. See how that big B there, that rune is facing you? Excuse me. So anyway, so this is spiritual passages, gateways, portals, they're opening for you. It's pretty close to you too. Again, this represents partnership here. This can be like a standstill here. That's what that line means, is a standstill. And this remains in a friendship, but this doesn't have to do with your love life. This has to do with a friendship, is what I'm feeling off of that one. And this landed the moon side up. We haven't had that land moon side up yet. The moon stands for universal energy, so it's showing that universal energy is coming at you now. Again, this is that ascension sickness that you might be feeling from taking on the Reiki and so forth and so on. This really isn't bothering you at all. This is kind of like maybe been evasive, maybe had an attachment, but it's looking like it's docile and you're pushing it away. It's not completely removed, but it's being pushed back and pushed away from you to the point that it's not really going to affect you anymore, especially if you continue to keep going up. Again, we landed on the enlightenment side here. That's the white, the dark side over here. This is self-shadow work that you need to do, but you don't. This is saying that you're doing the work and that this enlightenment and now is coming to you. That's your spiritual growth opening up there. And this is property, heritage, dwellings, mountains to climb. So there's still work to do there. And then there's a journey too that's kind of in your near future, but I would probably say about 6 months out is the journey. So anyway, that's a really positive read there. It's showing me that you're doing all your enlightenment, and your key is over here. Again, so that's a really good read there. Let's see here. Who else? Izzy! You want to give it a go there, girlfriend? Again, this is the first time I'm using them tonight, and I'm just telling you what I'm feeling off of them, so, and how they're landing. So, Izzy, connect with my skull. This is supposed to represent you yourself here, so connect with the skull and ask the questions, and we'll toss the bones. Are we ready? Go for it. All right. So this is interesting. This is way over here. And again, it's on its side. So I'm seeing things are getting pulled and pushed off of you from your physical body as far as maybe spiritual attachment. So that's a really good thing there going on there. This represents a wish having to do with love. It's pretty. It's the heart's like pointing right at the skull. So this is love coming to you, that a wish that you wanted is coming to be. Now this one, which means constraint, these mean constraint in partnership. So there may be like a little bit of argumentation maybe with your partner for a little bit. And it makes sense because we're in retrograde right now. Mercury's in retrograde. So that totally makes sense. This is when people seem to argue and more emotions are coming to the surface right now. Again, I'm not even concerned about this. This does represent the demon, but it's laying on its side. So this has to do with like a spiritual attachment, not a demonic one. This has to do with a spiritual attachment that's being pushed away further. Shadow self-work, this is telling you that you should, meditations, grounding and centering. The more you do spiritually for yourself, the better off you're going to be. Your shadow self is coming to the surface to be revealed, to be healed. And that totally makes sense. This stands for strength here. Okay. So strength, this has to do with your powers coming into play, and things just coming to getting bigger and brighter, that's what's going on here. Here we have victory, clear vision, honor, achievement, and rest. So that's kind of interesting there. And again, we have growth. We have the key. So this is showing me a gateway is opening to your spiritual growth. That's what's going on here. That's your spiritual growth right there. Again, we landed on 777. And it's funny because it's almost like this is Earth. This is your spiritual growing up. And that's because the Holy Fire works off of what? The 12 heavens. So that kind of makes sense to me there. Over here, we have friendships, partnerships, fortune. So you got good fortune going on here. And this one, which is facing towards that one, that's the one I'm going to read first. So friendship, aspiration, fortune, soul. So, and that's what that's representing, is that good fortune's coming to your soul. Again, a wish is coming true to you soon. There's an attachment that's slowly coming off. This is why I give these classes a month to work on, you guys. That's the beauty of the Reiki. It continues to keep working. So anybody else I've missed? Penny, I don't know if she's still here. I think Penny's gone to bed. So Penny, say here if you're here. If not, I'm going to tip my camera up. Anybody else? Last chance. Anybody? Going once? Going twice? I'm flipped. Hi. Did you miss me? So, next class, next week is going to be Mother Gaia. And the reason why we're going to be doing Mother Gaia is because, mainly because after the Holy Fire Reiki's done, there is the World Peace Holy Fire Reiki, and I have the meditation that I will be giving to you after the Master Level class is finished, so you can continue on your way. That is the highest frequency Reiki out there in the world. So that's what that is, and it's about connecting with Mother Gaia. The meditation walks you through and connects you with Mother Gaia and all these people and these beings that I'm trying to help and all these lovely things. So again, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Again, May 11th, is it May 11th? Close my book like a dingling. Okay, yeah, May 11th, is the next Reiki class. Then May 25th, I'm really going to start slamming you guys hard. And then June 8th, I'm going to start mailing out the certificates to you guys, already dated for the 8th, so that way you can have your certificates. Remember, you have to have your certificates for 6 months before you can actually register with the international. They want you to be a Reiki master for 6 months of training and so forth, of self-practice in your own home. But the second you get that certificate, you can actually make up your own cards. I have a bunch here. You can make up your own cards, and you can actually start advertising, doing Reiki in your home or wherever you feel fit. We do Parafests in these things every year, and I actually will set up a Reiki chair in the corner and start doing Reiki on people. I do Reiki everywhere. So that's quite cool. I'm also going to be teaching you guys too how to use tuning forks. Reiki teachers do not teach this. This is something they do not do. I love the tuning forks because the tuning forks, before I start giving Reiki to somebody, I go in and I hit all those meridian points that I pointed to you guys out in the classes. And what it does is it blows open blocks, spiritual blocks that get clogged up in our etheric system. And what it does is it breaks them loose. So then when I start giving the Reiki, it's free flowing. I can feel where it's going, and it's like water running over a hill. But I love, why I love the tuning forks. They really blow out spiritual blocks that get caught up by spirit attachments or just our daily life, going back and forth to work and cords and so forth and so on. So anyway, I think that's it. So Mother Gaia, next week. I love you all, and this was quite an experience. I've never done this before, so that's quite interesting. I got my Reiki vitamins, so I'll be on top of things. So thank you all for coming here tonight. Natalie, Shane, Sara, Adam, Vincent, Jasmine, my Modest, Izzy, and Penny, and anybody else. Thank you all, and have a great night, guys. Oh, I lost my mouse. There it is. I found my mouse. Okay, so have a great night, guys. And remember, one more thing. Shine, shine, shine!